If you're part of the sandwich generation, you know exactly what this feels like. You wake up early to get your kids to school. You rush to work, check your phone constantly because mom's doctor might call. After work, you drive across town to help dad with groceries, medications, or just to make sure he's okay. By the time you get home, you're drained physically, emotionally, and mentally. And you start to realize something. This isn't just caregiving anymore, it's your second job. Let me tell you about a fictional Bay Area example that might sound familiar. Maya from Fremont. Maya works full time as a project manager. Her mom, Linda, was diagnosed with early stage dementia. At first, Maya thought she could handle it, checking in daily, helping on weekends, but as Linda's needs grew, so did Maya's stress. She started missing work deadlines, skipping social events, and feeling constant guilt. One day, she told me, Dale, I feel like I'm failing at everything at work, at home, and as a daughter. That's when I told her what I'll tell you. You're not failing, you're carrying too much, and it's time to build support before burnout breaks you. Hi, I'm Dale Corpus, a senior transition specialist and real estate expert based in the San Francisco Bay Area. This is another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions, powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast, where I share real stories and actionable strategies to help families navigate aging, caregiving, and senior housing transitions with less guilt and more clarity. Today, we're talking about something millions of Americans are silently struggling with when caring for your parents becomes your second full-time job. Let's dive in. Did you know that more than 53 million Americans are unpaid family caregivers? And most of them, just like you, are also working professionals, parents, and spouses. In the Bay Area, where careers are demanding and commutes are long, balancing it becomes nearly impossible. You're managing medical appointments, coordinating prescriptions, driving to appointments, managing paperwork, all while holding down a job. The truth, you're doing two jobs, but getting paid for one and thanked for neither. Caregiver burnout doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly. You start losing sleep. You skip your own doctor appointments. You feel guilty when you're not helping. You stop doing things you enjoy. It's emotional fatigue that builds until one day you realize you're running on fumes. The irony is that family caregivers often take care of everyone except themselves, but you can't pour from an empty cup, and that's where the shift begins. Here are some red flags that it's time to take action. 1, you're constantly exhausted no matter how much you sleep. 2, you find yourself irritated with your parent, spouse, or coworkers. 3, you've had to take time off or reduce hours at work. 4, you started to withdraw from friends or hobbies. 5, you feel trapped or resentful and then guilty for feeling that way. If you checked even one of those boxes, it's time to create a plan before burnout leads to breakdown. Many adult children don't even realize they've become caregivers. They think they're just helping out. But here's the truth. If you're coordinating medications, attending doctor visits, or managing daily tasks for a parent, you are a caregiver. Recognizing this is powerful because it allows you to ask for help, access caregiver resources, and start seeing your role with clarity instead of guilt. Caregiving shouldn't be a solo mission. It takes a team, and I don't just mean family. Here's how to start. 1, list every task you're doing: meals, rides, bills, medications, appointments. 2, decide what can be delegated. Could a sibling handle finances? Could a neighbor check in weekly? 3, bring in professional support. Consider home care, adult day programs, or a care manager. If your parent has Medi-Cal, programs like IHSS, MSSP, CBAS, PACE, or Master Care, a part of CalAIM, may cover part of the care costs, something most families don't realize. You don't have to carry it all alone. When caregiving overlaps with your career, burnout accelerates. Talk to your employer early. Many companies have family caregiver leave, flex time, or remote work accommodations that can make life more manageable. You can't help your parents if your own life starts collapsing around you. Protect your boundaries. It's not selfish, it's survival. Every caregiver needs time off. Even a weekend or a few hours of rest can make a huge difference. Here are options I often recommend to families in Contra Costa, Alameda, and Santa Clara counties. Adult day programs give your parents social time while you recharge. Short-term respite stays in assisted living communities. Support groups, online or in person, through the Alzheimer's Association or local senior centers. The most important reminder: you're not abandoning your parent by taking a break. You're extending your ability to care for them. Some families wait too long to get outside help. They think we can't afford it, or it'll feel like giving up. But in reality, bringing in help early can prevent crisis and preserve relationships. That might mean hiring home care part-time, touring assisted living communities, or meeting with a senior transition specialist like me to map out next steps. You don't have to wait for a fall, hospitalization, or burnout to get guidance. Let's go back to Maya from Fremont. After months of juggling work and caregiving, she finally reached out for help. I connected her with a care manager, and she started using an adult day program 2 days a week. Eventually, she toured assisted living options and found one that matched her mom's care needs and personality. Today, she still visits her mom often, but as a daughter, not as a caregiver. Her words to me were simple: I have my life back, and mom's thriving. That's the power of reclaiming your balance before burnout breaks you. Here's what to remember. 1, acknowledge you're a caregiver. That's the first step. 2, build a plan that includes help from others. 3, use programs like IHSS, PACE, or respite care to lighten the load. 4, protect your boundaries and communicate with your employer. 5, don't wait until crisis hits. Get professional support early. You deserve peace too. Caring for your parent doesn't mean losing yourself. This has been another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions, powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast. If your loved one is considering senior living and you need to figure out what to do with their home, let's talk. Schedule a free consultation and learn more about my services at www.simplifyseniortransitions.com. Have a quick question, DM me on Instagram at SoldByDale. And don't forget, you can also listen to the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. If this episode spoke to you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with another caregiver who needs to hear this. I'm Dale Corpus, and I'll see you on the next episode.